Are you ready to make a festive Christmas card that surprises you every time? Well, stay tuned as I show you how to create a magical pull tab card using the Humble Home stamp set and its coordinating punch. It's perfect for adding a wow factor to your holiday cards. Hi Stampers, I'm Nancy Novak and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to share a special Christmas card project today. We're using the Humble Home stamp set and it has a coordinating punch, and we're going to make a fun fold pull tab card. I think this card is one that you're going to love giving this season. So let me tell you a little bit about the stamp set. So Humble Home, and of course it has the coordinating punch. So it's really easy to use. You can stamp this pretty little house, or you can stamp the bricks and then stamp the roof line on top of it, and then you can punch it out. So both of those can be punched out. And the punch also has a little heart and it also has a little square. You could use the little square for windows. And it also has a little dot here that creates a little hole like for tags. So you have the to and from if you want to create some tags. Has a lot of great sentiments from Christmas to thank you. I like this one, from our house to yours, and it has welcome and it has home, so you can do welcome home. So it's not just for Christmas, it covers a lot of occasions. I love when you have a punch because it really just adds so much and it really makes it card making easy, right? So let me show you the supplies that we're using. So we're going to have a card base of real red, and I have a layer of white for the front and a layer of this pretty designer series paper, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Then I have a strip of pretty in pink. I have a scrap of pretty in pink, a scrap of crumb cake. I have 2 white squares. And then for the inside, I have a white layer with a piece of that designer series paper. And we're going to use real red ink and garden green ink. And here's that pretty paper. It's called Take a Bow, 6x6 pack, 48 sheets, great colors, real red, garden green, very Christmassy, festive, and fun. And then I have a couple of stamping blends that we're going to also use. And my favorite part are these cute little adhesives. They're called red and white adhesive back peppermints. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp our house. And we're going to stamp that in real red. Then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Blends, and I have real red and pretty in pink. So I'm going to use the small tip, and I'm just going to color in this little scalloped edge. And then I'm going to take the pretty in pink, and I'm also going to use the small tip, and I'm going to color in the door and the top and the bottom of the windows. And I'm also going to color the roof line. I think I'll color in the top of the chimney too. Okay, now the fun part. We get to bring our punch in and line it up and punch out this house. The easiest way to do it is to line up the bottom. And there's our house. Okay, we're also going to need a circle, so I'm going to bring in my circle punch. This is, mine is 2 1/4. I'm going to punch out a circle. Then we're going to bring in this piece of designer series paper, and I'm going to bring in my cutter. Okay, so this is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and we're going to cut a little slice right in the middle of it. So with the short edge up at the top, I am going to line this up at 1 7/8, and I am going to line my cutter up at 1 1/2, and I'm going to cut down to 3 1/2. So I can see the little measurements on this side. So I'm going to go to 1 1/2. I'm going to cut down to 3 1/2. Okay, then I'm going to line this up at 1 5/8. So I'm just moving it over another little tiny bit. So I got this lined up at 1 5/8, and I'm going to cut it again from 1 1/2 to 3 1/2. I know you can't see my little measurements here, but I can see. So I'm going 1 1/2 down to 3 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my little snips here, and I'm just going to cut that piece away. And so now I have a little centerpiece, and that's going to be where our tab is going to go. So remember, I have this strip here. This is 2 by 6, and I scored it at 2, and I scored it at 2.5. Remember, I have free project sheets for all of the cards that I make on my YouTube channel, and all you need to do is sign up for my newsletter, and then I will actually email it right to you. Right after the video, I will send that out. It has all of the sizes I use, the colors, the supplies I used, and shopping links. And I want to mention that I have an autumn offer. So I've been doing some house cleaning, and I have a lot of stamps that I'd love to share with you. So I am giving away a free discontinued stamp set with every $25 increment purchased at my online store. Plus, it's free shipping when you use my host code, and there is my current host code. So again, every $25 order, I'm going to send out a free discontinued stamp set. And my stamps are all in great condition, and so I thought that'd be a good way to share that with you guys. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, so here's our little mechanism, our little pull tab, and I want to create a little hole right there, and I'm going to show you the easiest way that I find to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut an angle right here, kind of give me a little tab look. And I want the same thing on the other side, so I'm going to use this piece that I just cut, and I'm going to line it up on the other side and use that as my little template, and I'm just going to cut off this side right here. Okay, so now I have the same angle on both edges, and I'm going to bring back in my little humble home punch, and I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to just draw a little dot here, and then I'm going to cut that out or punch that out with the little hole punch right there. So I got to just turn this around and just look for that little hole, and I can see it right there, and I'm just going to punch it out, and that gave me that little hole in my little pull tab mechanism. Okay, so we have a big square and a little square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put our tab in the back here like this. And again, I scored it. Oops, I got a little tab here I have to cut away. Didn't cut that off very evenly. Okay, so I'm going to put my little tab in here. And again, it's scored in 2 spots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tear and tape on here. So let me show you this. Okay, so our strip has 2 score marks. There's one there and there's one there. So I'm going to put tear and tape right in the middle of these 2 score lines. And then I'm going to bring in my Pick a tool, take that little adhesive strip off. So now I expose the sticky, and I'm going to take the larger square and I'm going to line it up right on that fold there, right on the edge. So I'm going to center it top to bottom. This is moving around. This little strip here is going to move around. Don't worry about that right now. So we have our piece of tape there, and I'm just going to kind of look and make this even from top to bottom and just lay it right there on the fold of that score line. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put a little bit of tape right there. Bring my Pick a tool back in and take off that paper backing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it. I'm not going to let it touch yet, and I want to center this right in the center of my card. So I'm centering this square right in the center, and then when I'm happy, I can go ahead and push that down. Okay, now we're going to open this back up, and we're going to put tear and tape on the strip on each side, on the left side and on the right side. And before I take off that backing and expose the sticky, we're going to do a little stamping on our small square. So I'm going to bring back in the real red ink, and I'm going to stamp from our house to yours. just like that. Okay, let's bring our mechanism back in here. So now I can take the paper backing off and expose the sticky. This Pick-a tool is perfect for getting rid of that little paper backing. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put this one down, and again, we're going to line it up with the fold. And it's pretty much 2 inches. I think this is about 2 1/8. So I'm just centering it top to bottom, and I'm going to lay it right on the fold there, just like that. Okay, before I show you this, let's bring in our house. And the house is going to go right on the center of that circle. So I'm just going to glue that down. Okay, we're going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to bring in, this is the inside. So I'm keeping you in suspense. I'm not going to show you the full card yet, how we put that together. Let's go ahead and stamp the inside. So on the inside, we're going to stamp Merry Christmas. And there's a cute little wreath stamp. So I'm going to bring in Garden Green. And I'm going to stamp the wreath right above my Merry Christmas. Just like that. And I'm going to bring in the Real Red Stampin' Blend and just color in the bow. And I'm going to leave the wreath, I'm not going to color it in. I like just the outline of it. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this pretty strip of Designer Series paper right at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the inside of the card, and I'm going to put our plain white layer on the front of the card. Weird, my glue is acting up. It comes out for a little while and then it stops. Okay, so here's our little mechanism that we made. We'll talk about it more in a second when we get it all put together. We're going to flip this over and we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this and pop it up on the front of our card. I put a few extra dimensionals on here because it is a card that's going to be played with and moved around a lot, so I want to make sure it stays stuck. I think I'll put one more right there. Okay, so we're going to put this on the front of the card. I'm going to bring our house in, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, I'm going to bring in some red and white twine. I'm going to loop it through that little hole that we made. So I have my little loop there, and I'm just going to put the ends through and pull it. And we'll shorten it up. And we'll bring in our pretty little peppermint adhesives. And I'm going to put a little one right on the door. Oh, it's cute. See the little peppermint? It's really cute. And then you just pull it like this. It says, "From our house to yours, Merry Christmas." So see how easy that was? I think it's so cute. I think this is my first Christmas card this year, everyone. I'm excited to make more Christmas cards. I love making Christmas. They are my favorite. So thanks for joining me today. And if you love this card and want to make it yourself, grab your supplies at my online store. Plus, remember, I have that exciting offer for you. For every $25 you spend, you'll receive a free discontinued stamp set and free shipping. Just remember to use my current host code. So don't miss my autumn offer. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more holiday inspiration. See you next time. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.